Good morning, children. Welcome to Nelson School Distant Education System. In the previous session, we have been doing synthesis compound. So, in this session, we'll be beginning with the synthesis of complex. Okay. So, again, synthesis means to join two or three statements to make it a one statement that could either be simple, compound, or complex. So, in today's session, we are going to deal with the complex statement. But before we could start dealing with the complex statement, what is a complex statement? A complex is a sentence that is having more than one, in a very easy language, having more than one finite verb means two or three finite verbs. Those verbs that are joined with the subordinating conjunctions is called a complex statement. But in other words, if you want to define complex sentence, so sentence that is made up of one main clause, one main, or you can say one independent clause, or it can also be called principal clause, okay, and one or more than one subordinate clauses, dependent clauses is called a complex statement. Compound statement was having both the clauses of equal rank, means both were principal clauses, or you can say both were main clauses, both were independent clauses. But in complex statement, one is the principal clause or the main clause, but one or more it will have the subordinate clauses, or you can say dependent clauses. So that is called a complex statement. Before we could begin dealing with the complex statements, we'll have the subordinating conjunctions first. Now, subordinating conjunctions are categorized into 10 different categories, that is noun clause, adverb clause, place, reason, result, purpose, manner, condition, contrast, etc. So now we'll begin with noun clause first, that is that if whether is used, adverb clause when, whenever, before, after, till, since, as soon as, while as, place, where, wherever, reason because, since, as, result, so that, such that. This shows the result. Okay. Now next 5 categories are purpose, so that, that list. Why did you go here? So that. Okay. Condition, if and unless, then contrast is though, although, yet, even if, comparison is as and as, positive, then with comparative, and next is manner, that is as and as if. These are the conjunctions that you have to learn by heart, and you have already learnt it in standard 7th. So in this first slide, we'll see synthesis of complex, that is how you have to change simple sentences to complex sentences. Now again, because the sentence is a simple sentence, it will only have one finite verb. So same thing you have to do is, okay, finite verb you have to put a box, and non-finite verb you have to put a circle, so that you can change that non-finite to finite. After you get two finite verbs, you will join them with the subordinating conjunction and your complex sentence is ready. Steps to be followed for transforming a simple statement to a complex. Two different statements will be given as it is as usual. Convert the non-finite verb to the finite verb and circle them. Use subordinating conjunctions to convert them into compound sentence and synthesize the statements into one simple statement. Make sure to use two or more finite verbs. Number 1, after seeing the king, he departed. This shows you time. Okay. Now what you could do is, the conjunction used is after. Seeing is a participle, so non-finite, put a circle. Departed is a finite, so put a box. Now this non-finite I have to change it to finite. Okay. So you can use for time, we can use as soon as. Okay. So what you can use is here, as soon as he saw the king, he departed. Now this is a simple statement, so you have to change it to complex. Now complex that shows the time is before, after, till, since, as soon as, while, as. So you can use as soon as. You can even use no sooner. Okay, no sooner did he see the king, then he departed. Number 2, in spite of his earnest protestations, he was condemned. Now, earnest protestations, this you can change it to, because he protested. You can make this word protestations noun into a verb, that is protested. So you can change it and make it in a finite verb. Was condemned is already a finite verb, so you have to put a box. Next thing, what is this conjunction used here? In spite of, because it's a simple, so it will have the conjunction in spite of as a connective. But in spite of is used whenever there is a contrast shown. So you also show the contrast. So the conjunctions that are used for showing contrast in subordinating category are though, although, yet, and even if. So though his protestations were earnest, he was condemned. Means you can have his protestations were earnest. You can use a helping verb here, or you can even write though he protested earnestly, comma, he was condemned. You can put were earnest, protestations were earnest. You can even put he protested earnestly. Okay, so both you can change this verb, this noun into a verb, and you can even change this adjective into a verb. The next is though his protestations were earnest, comma, he was condemned. Number 3, tell me your plans. Okay, so tell is the finite verb, so you have to put a box. Now plan is a verb that you can change it. Plan is a noun actually, and it can also be used as a verb. Okay, what have you planned? So you can use this plan noun change to the verb planned. So it is tell me what you have planned. So it will be having two finite verbs, planned and tell. Sorry, plan and tell with the conjunction what. A spider saved Robert Bruce. Now here only one finite verb is there because sentence is simple. You have to change this into a complex statement, okay, but now you have to bring the verb of your own. So when you have to assume the verb, that time you have to use the helping verbs. Okay, so you can put it in a story form, that is, there was once a spider who saved Robert Bruce. So it becomes was a finite verb, who is a conjunction, subordinating conjunction used, and saved is a second finite verb. Number 5, it was too late to retreat. This shows result. What was it? It was so late that she could not retreat. This is the remove to, but you have solved it. Okay. So this T-002 is replaced with so that, cannot, and could not. If it is past, you will use could not. So now we've got two finite verbs, was and could retreat. Okay. So it was so late that she could not retreat. Now these are the sentences that are compound to complex. Now when the statement is already a compound statement, in that case there is no need to find a non-finite verb, because it won't have a non-finite verb because it's a compound statement. So it will have all the finite verbs joined with coordinating conjunctions. To change it into complex, what you have to do is just change the coordinating conjunction to subordinating conjunction to make it a complex statement. He saw the danger and paused. You have two finite verbs, saw, paused, but you have one joining verb, that is and conjunction. So it's a joining conjunction, coordinating, you have to change it to subordinating. Okay, this also shows time, that when did he pause? He paused when he saw the danger. You can use when also. Okay, and you can use after also. After he had seen the danger, he stopped, comma, he stopped, or he paused. You can use as soon as also. You can use no sooner did also. So it's no sooner did he see the danger, then he paused. You can use as soon as also. As soon as he saw the danger, comma, he paused. Number 2, you must hurry or you will miss the train. So again, two finite verbs, must and will, and the conjunction is or. Okay, so this is a coordinating conjunction. Now this coordinating conjunction, you have to change it to subordinating. What is this statement showing actually? That you should hurry, otherwise you will miss the train. Okay, so give the choice here, that is, if you do not hurry, you will miss the train. Or you can write unless you hurry, comma, you will miss the train. That is if plus not makes unless. That is also taught to you. Fine. Number 3, it is cold, so I shall wear a coat. So the first finite verb is and shall wear. Two finite verbs, you got it. The conjunction used is so, showing the reason. Now whenever so is there, that time the reason is already ahead. Now when you are using because, the reason should go back. So it is I shall wear a coat. Why? Because it is cold. Now you got two finite verbs again. Shall wear is joined with the subordinating conjunction because. Number 4, he is very agreeable but I don't like him. Okay, this shows contrast. Is and don't like. Two finite verbs, joined with a coordinating conjunction that shows contrast. So you use the subordinating conjunction that use contrast. You can use though, although, yet, even if. So you can write though he is very agreeable, comma, I don't like him. You can use although also, although he is very agreeable, I don't like him. You can use even though also. Even he is very agreeable, though I don't like him. Okay. And even if also could be used, and although and yet also could be used. Number 5, be just and don't fear. Okay. Now, be is the finite verb, that is be in the verb form, and do not fear. So do and fear is again a finite verb that is joined with the coordinating conjunction and. Now it is used for joining, so you have to use the conjunction in subordinating category. That is, you give the choice here, like if you are fair enough, you don't have to fear. Means if you are correct and you are not partial to anybody, you don't have to fear. So it could be if we be just, means if we are speaking truth and we are fair enough, comma, we don't have to fear. Number 6, mosquitoes cause malaria and it is well known. So it is cause is the first finite verb and is the second finite verb joined with the conjunction and. Okay. Now again it is just a simple joining that everybody knows what, that mosquitoes cause malaria. So you can use a noun clause. Everybody knows what, or what is well known, that mosquitoes cause malaria. So you can use it is well known that mosquitoes cause malaria. So is the first finite verb, cause is second finite verb joined with a conjunction that, noun clause. So there is a complex statement. Thank you.